X18363 here, and this is part 11 of my Dark Messiah Might and Magic playthrough on hard difficulty with narration, and this is chapter 5, Temple of the Spider.
Careful, dear, there are orcs about. Mind the edge, it's a long way down.
Video 4 out of 6 for this level. So this is probably one part in the game that most definitely emphasises stealth. And as far as if the enemy become aware of your presence, then usually the number of enemies doubles, if not triples. This actually happens quite a lot in the game, but it's more evident in this part. You don't. It might be tempting to just kick that.
Sarah. Let's look around.
Just kick that orc off the cliff, but you generally don't always backstab him, because if you kick him off the cliff, that usually always triggers the spawn of enemies. A good little room, plenty of potions, and the little tomb in the middle always has the daggers of lightning. These are pretty neat little daggers. They have the same base damage as the daggers I've got at the moment, but they have a bonus of an additional 4 points against enemies that are vulnerable to lightning, so that's goblins, orcs, cyclops, things like that.
Go no further!
The overhead power attack is always pretty devastating. I got that kind of wrong there. Once you get to this point, you're okay. You don't need to worry about triggering spawns of enemies. You're okay for this little bit.
Tribe needs more shaman. Shaman seek.
So yeah, I guess it's been a few weeks since my last video. I've just been having a bit of a break. There's a lot of work doing these videos. To be honest with you, I just felt like I was needing a bit of a rest from videos for a couple of weeks, so I've just been taking a bit of time off from it. I have also been working a couple of late shifts, a few nights and stuff like that. Been redecorating a couple of rooms in the house as well, so that's been taking up a fair bit of my time. But hopefully be back to normal for a wee bit now, get the videos going again. So we're kind of back in stealth territory now. You kind of need to try and stay undetected here if you can, because this is another part where you can trigger a spawn. And unfortunately I don't pull it off. I do get spotted by that guy because I make a bit of a meal of trying to stealth him. The spawn will usually come climbing up that tower that we just went up, so if you go down here they'll usually not see you, but we do have to deal with them eventually. As you see, I come back up here and there you go, you can just see them at the top. There's 2 or 3 hanging about there. Now I will have to deal with them at some point, but for the moment I decide to just ignore them. That was a little edit there, by the way. I kind of got killed off. But to delay them even further, you can actually shoot an arrow at this bridge here. You can drop the bridge down and that will stop them getting across to you. With a well placed rope bow, a rope arrow even, we can climb up. We do come back this way after we climb up to restore an elevator. That's kind of what we're doing at the moment. So we do come back this way once we've done that. So we will need to deal with that extra spawn at some point, but for the moment, I just didn't really feel like it.
What the? Human! Orcs crush humans this time. Stranger's death will bring honor to family.
I have a bit of bother with this guy too. So tricky this part of the game because there's just so many edges and cliffs you can easily just get kicked off. But under the stairs here now there is a kind of more specialised sword here. I don't pick it up because I don't really like it. It's a sword called the Soul Drinker. Now its base damage is only, I think it's like 4 or something like that, but what makes the sword special is that it recovers about 30% of health dealt to enemies, if that makes sense. So if you attack an enemy, do so much damage to them, about 30% of that will get restored to your health meter. So I suppose it would be kind of useful, but I just don't like it, and you do need a strength rating of level 3 to be able to use it. And by the time I have enough points to be able to use the Soul Drinker, I think it's called, it's no use. I'm not too keen on it, to be honest. I think it appears a couple of times in the game, so it is there if you want it. Some people, if you take a lot of damage, it might be useful to recover some of your health just from hitting enemies, but it's not really my cup of tea, so I don't go for it. It's just another example out here, very high up. As you can see, we're on a very narrow pathway here, so you have to be very careful when you're running about or dealing with enemies, because one kick and you're toast.
Stranger going to meet his dragon. Stranger will die.
So I should probably just tell you now at the start of the next video, I'm going to show you how to get to a very tricky little secret area, so I'm going to edit this video basically just before that secret area, so that'll be the start of the next video, but I'll just talk a wee bit about it now. Basically, because this door's locked.
There must be something interesting inside. Let's find another way in.
So, you know, we have to take kind of a scenic route to get round, and you come to a house that has a few levels, well, kind of a house thing just like here. I'm kind of jammed up here, that's what I'm doing by the way. And when you get to the lower level, I mean, the house is basically kind of half cracked, so basically it's on the verge of giving way, and at the end of the room there's a box with all kinds of goodies in it, all kinds of scrolls, and I think there's an armour if you're a warrior class and all the rest of it. It's worth getting to it, but very tricky, because if you go near the box, the whole house just falls into a bottomless abyss. You'll see what I'm talking about in the next video. So the only way to get to that is a bunch of well-placed rope bows, but you'll see that in the next part. So that's why I'm going to end this video at a very specific part today. So this is just a brief wee spider section. A well-placed charm spell, and you should be able to just run through it. There's no need to engage them. There's nothing to pick up apart from a wee healing potion. So I'll leave it at that for today, and I'll catch you next time. So yeah, take it easy.